going on, guys? Today in this video I wanted to show you how to do what's called a system restore on your computer just in case something goes wrong. So this is something that a lot of technical support agents and companies will use if you have an issue that just recently started happening within the last couple of weeks, couple of days. And as you use your computer, automatically restore points will be created, as well as before you do any major updates, install programs, things like this. So your computer should constantly be creating restore points, and it usually is before a major system change like a big update or installing of a program. Just in case something goes wrong during that installation, you can always just restore back to before the installation excuse me, and just try again, or something along the lines of that. So it's very simple to do. Everybody should have this turned on. I know some versions of Windows, it may be off by default. I'll show you how to turn it on, I'll show you how to use it, and everything there really is to know about it. So if you're having a problem that just recently started happening, could be anything, doesn't matter what the issue is, you can just roll your computer back to a date when it was working fine again. Easiest way to do it is to go ahead and search for restore, and you should get this option right here, create a restore point. Now there's lots of different ways to get to system restore, but this is going to be the fastest way by far, just searching for it. So it should take you here, and what you want to look for is local disk C, the system disk. This is your operating system, and it should say on right here for protection. If it is not on, you will need to click configure and turn it from disable to turn on. That's going to allow your computer to start creating system restore points into the future. If it's not on, unfortunately, you won't have any restore points created and you won't be able to go back. Now, by default, it's set to 1% of your total hard drive space. I bumped mine up to 2% just so there's a little bit more room available for restore points, so I can go back a little bit further if needed. And this is going to vary depending on how big your hard drive is and what your needs are. And if you're not sure how big your hard drive is, the easiest way to see is to just go to this little manila folder here. It's called the File Explorer, and you can click on that and then click on this PC, and you can see right here the total gigabytes of your C drive, which is your main drive. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive, so I've dedicated 18 gigs to system restore. If you want to delete your restore points to save room and just start creating new ones, you can go ahead and delete all of them. I don't really recommend that because they will delete themselves as needed. So if it gets full, if all 18 gigs is used up and it's time to make another restore point, it'll just automatically erase the oldest one to make room for the new one. Alright, so that's how you turn it on. You can also, before I show you what it looks like, you can create one manually in case you aren't sure if you have any, or maybe you just turned it on. You could just go ahead and create one right out of the gate. I like to use that if somebody gives me their computer and I fix it up. Right before I give it back to them, the last thing I do is create a system restore point. This way, if anything goes wrong in the first couple of weeks, they could just roll it back to the day that I gave it to them. So I'm going to go ahead and open up System Restore, show you what it looks like and what it does. So this is the first page you're going to get. It says System Restore can help fix problems that might be making your computer run slowly or just stop responding, but really it could be anything that you could think of. The key here is it does not affect any of your personal data, so documents, pictures, music, these types of folders, the library folders. You can see which ones those are here in the manila folder. Again, that's going to be these, right? So any of these, if you go to this PC, videos, music, pictures, documents, that sort of stuff is not going to be affected by System Restore. Will affect the operating system and any updates or programs that you've installed. So you do need to be aware of that. We'll go ahead and hit next, and you can see I just created this one here. This is a manual one that I just made just to show you. And sometimes you'll have this checkbox to show additional ones, older ones, and you can see there's a bunch more that go back a couple of weeks. Not too far. But we'll just go ahead and click on one. Let's click on this automatic one here, and I'm going to show you what this button does. So scan for affected programs. You don't really have to click on this, but I'll show you what it does. When you do click a restore point and then choose scan for affected programs, what it's going to show you is a list of all the programs that will be removed if you go back to that restore point, and then it will show you a list of all the programs that might be put back on the computer. So if you recently removed a program and you do a system restore back to when the program was still on your computer before you removed it, it'll bring that program back. However, it does warn you that programs that are brought back via system restore might not work correctly. So if you're doing this to bring a program back and it doesn't work properly, you'll probably need to uninstall and reinstall that program to get it working properly. But that's just in case you want to see what all is going to be removed, what all will be brought back by choosing that specific date. And that's pretty much it. You would just hit next, and it gives you a final page here. Just to confirm this is the right date, and you would hit finish and it would begin. And then once you hit finish, it just restarts the computer and it goes through a few phases. It takes about 30 minutes or so. That varies depending on your computer. And it'll restart itself, and you just sign back in and everything should be working properly. Now there are other places to do this from. For example, if you're having a problem that's so bad that you can't even get into your operating system, like it doesn't boot all the way, you can't even get to the sign-in page, there is a recovery environment you can go to and run system restore from there, but I'll have to save that for another video because unfortunately I can't record my screen in the recovery environment, so I'll have to figure out another way to record my screen to show you that method. So that'll just be in a different video. But I believe that is just about it. One more thing. Let's say you did your system restore, it completed successfully, and now you have more problems or didn't work, didn't fix the problem. You can undo your system restore and revert back to the way it was before you did the system restore. All you'll have to do is just simply go ahead and reopen system restore. As soon as it's finished, you test out your issue. If you're still having the problem, you'll just type restore right in here again, go back to system restore, and launch it again. And as soon as you launch it, it should give you the option to undo the system restore that you just did, and you can revert back. Aside from that, there's always the chance that system restore will fail on you. It'll let you know if it fails, and if it does, it just provides you the option to just go ahead and reopen system restore and just simply pick a different restore point from the list. Maybe you try the next oldest one, see if you can get it to work. But other than that, that's pretty much it for system restore. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll be sure to answer it. You can discuss it in the group. And yeah, so if you learned something, if it's useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm going to keep making videos on some of the tips and tricks that we use as technical support to fix computer issues. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.